What's up, guys? Um, I'm gonna be analyzing and just taking a look at higher time frame stuff. So, yeah, it's just gonna be a extremely chill live stream right now. So, yep. So, what I've been thinking, right? This is just a thought. Is um, if we go to the daily chart, daily for value gap did not inverse, and you can see it's holding it. And then as well, order block, propulsion block. So add this all up, we have an old SMT at these highs and a new SMT at these lows. I'm kind of thinking that drives us back up through the old SMT, aka Magneto effect. We went back below all the true opens, popped down into the 1 hour change in state. Now we're getting a 6 hour inversion for value gap as of 1 minute ago. Literally just printed. Like, I can't make that up. So now we're looking at a 6 hour inversion along with this daily for value gap. And it kind of makes sense in terms of classic expansion week, because it's just typical. Like, this is exactly what you would expect. Is if the market's going to expand, it's going to manipulate on Monday into Tuesday and then expand Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and all that stuff. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Well, then, and then sometimes retrace. So anyway, 6 hour inversion for value gap, and yeah, I mean, it kind of makes sense to me. But what are you guys thinking? Let me know. Right, so 6 hour inversed. I almost wonder, like, you could probably do a swing trade like this. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if this played out. Okay, this is my first ever swing trade practice. So we'll see if that hits TP or stop loss. I have no idea. But yeah, I don't know. It's just, it seems very bullish. That's all I'll say. You know. one of these days, I want to go back to watching more ICT on live stream like I used to. Because honestly, I want it to, like, eventually I want to watch every single ICT video. And I want to learn more just in general. So, like, whether that be on order flow or whatever, I just need to learn more. Okay. So, right, kind of expecting this to be a market maker buy model then, huh? Right? So I'm going to drag this over. There's 4 projections. Sure feels like one. And it is literally only Monday. So feel like I'm ahead of the curve for once. I mean, I don't know. We'll see. I could end up not being correct at all, but kind of feels like a market maker buy model. Yeah, it just does to me. It's not, this isn't Venom, but I'm just using the template because I want to make it a different color. Like, surely this has to be a market maker buy model, right? It's gotta be. Look at how textbook this looks. What do you guys think? Is this analysis gonna be right or no? Hey, what up, Jerry? It took me 2 months to clear phase 1 and 1 month to clear phase 2. Now on the rail count, I'm going into drawdown despite following my rules. I'm feeling frustrated and anxious. Could you please guide me on what I should do? Yeah, man, that is the ultimate story of how it goes. It always ends up like that. And I mean, it's a never-ending journey. I don't know how long you've been trading, but like this is the crap that happens, right? You're gonna pass phases, pass accounts, blow accounts, pass accounts, pass phases, blow accounts. What you don't see in the background is as these ups and downs go up and down and up and down, you're failing, you're making wins, you're failing, you're making wins. You are slowly improving, but you can't see it because trading doesn't give you that instant satisfaction, that instant reward, that instant dopamine. In fact, it's the exact opposite. It's going to tell you you're failing when in fact you've learned more than you ever have. And um, what matters is just building that long term mindset. Um, right now, you still have your account, and that's exactly where you want to be. So, as far as not blowing the account, like, understand, like, no matter whatever happens, it's all going to be okay. Trading is a long term thing. Even if you did blow the account, you would end up in the future getting better at trading. And eventually you're going to make it to your next account or whatever, right? So there's no losing. You're going to end up winning. So just relax, right? It's a long term thing. And second off, just relax and take the best trade you can. Take the best trade you can. The more anxious and stressed you feel, it's probably going to make it more likely that you're going to take a forced trade and blow the account. Just understand that you just gotta just focus on what you can control and take the best setup you can. But anyway, what are you guys thinking of my analysis? So I'm kind of thinking that we're just expanding on the higher time frame super aggressively. I need to charge my laptop. Hang on. One of these days, I want to go back to watching more ICT on stream, like I used to. I have to move over a little bit. Okay. Thank you so much for your guidance and motivation. I really needed those words right now. I truly appreciate you taking the time to help me and apply your advice with this discipline. Yeah, man. All you can do is focus on what's in your control. And all that is in your control is taking the absolute best trade you can and being patient. I feel like that's something that I've struggled with lately is I keep trying to take trades without realizing I shouldn't even be trying to take trades. I should just be chilling and letting the good trade come to me. So, easier said than done, but anyway. Right? Regardless of whatever happens, dude, just understand that trading, regardless of what anyone else tells you, is a long-term skill that you're building for your entire life. Regardless of what anyone else says, that's the reality of it. And if you blow an account, if you blow 10 accounts, 100 accounts, it doesn't matter. What matters is the incremental progress you make every day and what you learn. Because trading's hard. And you'll be years in and you'll still feel like you're failing. But the reality is you've gotten so much better. So just always understand that and be stubborn. Be stubborn. And a little delusional. And that's kind of what makes it possible. So alright. What it do, bro? What do you think of my analysis? I'm trying to plan out this week. I'm kind of thinking that higher time frames in a pretty aggressive expansion. We obviously have a daily for value gap that did not inverse. And looks like this is high resistance. And we have S&P with ES. I'm thinking possibly magneto effect back up to the old S&P up here. We're getting a 6-hour inversion. And we used 0.25 of the propulsion block perfectly, which is, if you guys didn't watch my video I made pretty recently, I said the 0.25 of the propulsion block is going to be super sensitive. And I call it the Chuck Club Impactor because it's the name I named it. But basically, the 0.25 of a propulsion block is going to be super sensitive. And you can see that was the case right there. The Chuck Club Impactor is the meteor that killed the dinosaurs. That's why I named it that. But, yeah. Uh, yeah, like I said, I'm kind of feeling like this is going to be a buy model here. And that we're going to run back up 4 projections. And we're going to get a V-shaped recovery. Feels like a classic expansion week to me. Whoops. Facts. Yeah, looks like a continuation of the long-term trend, but might be a dead count bounce, not dead cat bounce, not sure. Markets just go up. Yeah, I mean that's the thing with these higher time frame expansions is they kind of just don't really stop. And so I'm not really going to be fighting it. Could be a dead cat bounce. Can't speak. Could be a dead cat bounce, but I don't know, man. I'm kind of thinking that it's just gonna give us continuation here. So I'm gonna let's see. Yeah. So this is the 1 hour chart, right? Yeah. Put this in the 1 hour chart. It's kind of what I'm thinking. Um, we ended up using this breaker, the Reaper gap, in discount. So I could drop down to a 15-minute chart and show you this. All right. I marked this out live. Basically, we have in discount right here, we have a gap, which is also conveniently right at the 0.25 of this propulsion block here. And honestly, guys, there was a trade. This is actually really incredible. And I think I'm going to backtest it real quick. But there was a trade where basically what you do here is you take this Reaper gap. Once again, why is this a Reaper gap? And if you don't really understand Reaper gaps, there's a video that's coming out on Saturday that you can watch where I explain it. But basically it's a gap in discount of a breaker block, which is the leg up prior to a sweep of all these lows. So this is going to be very sensitive, this gap here. It's called a Reaper gap. And anyway, it's also aligned perfectly with the 0.25 of this propulsion block. And so this is a crazy trade, but I know this, like, this is the kind of stuff that's going to be possible one day if we never give up with trading. And that's what gets me so hyped, is because I know if we never give up, this kind of stuff is possible. Check this out, okay? So we got the Reaper gap. We got the 0.25 of the propulsion block, and I watched this happen live. I actually took it live, but I didn't hold it. I got break evened out. But check this out, okay? We ended up coming back into this and reclaiming this Reaper imbalance right here and getting change in state of delivery out of this. And I was like, dude, this is maybe going to be a pretty high time frame play. I didn't know for sure, but I kind of felt it. And so we get change in state of delivery right here. I got break evened out there, but in reality, I probably should have just held it. But anyway, change in state of delivery right there. And what is that, 15-second? With, I think, an SMT and a sweep. And check this out. This is the low. This is the low of this entire move. Doesn't this just get you so hyped? Like the fact that this precision occurs in the market at all should tell you like how possible trading is, right? Because that can't really happen unless the market's as precise as it is. And it honestly, it's probably going to go all the way up to 4 projections here. And that's the power of aligning time and price, right? What's MCL chart the oil is good to look at in this situation? MCL? What is MCL? Mini crude oil or something? Anyway, I don't know. But yeah, I was kind of aware that we were gonna. I watched that happen live. I can't believe I didn't. I don't know. Nah, I tried it, but it's just cool. And I'm just getting better every single day. I know it. I got my new indicator I coded. Looks like we ended up souping True Session Open here. Dude, this just gets better and better. True Session Open souped. This makes me want to trade Asia sessions so bad. I can tell that we're just gonna go up. We're gonna go up all night. That's my thoughts. I think we're gonna go up all night. We have an old bearish SMT here, which means this should be Magneto effect back up to these highs. That's my thoughts. Magneto effect is you have an old SMT, but a more recent SMT, and the more recent SMT drives us back to the old SMT. That's what Magneto effect is. And yeah, it's just basically understanding that recency of an SMT matters. So I like to mark it out like this. Boom. And yeah, I think we'll get Magneto effect back up. And then we took True Session Open. Yeah, let me know what you guys are thinking. This is what I think. Facts, micro oil. I love trading, bro. Apex just sent me my payout today. Dude, you're killing it. You're killing it. Cave, you're kind of getting this down, bro. You're really getting this down. I'm so proud of you. I've been trading kind of like crap lately, but it's my own fault because I'm not patient enough. I'm not going to lie. I think you're spot on with my analysis. Dude, heck yeah. Yeah, I think we're just going to continue. I think it's just going to be continuation. And I think that trying to fight the trend is going to, people are going to eat it. But kind of where I'm thinking right now, we'll see. But I mean, it fits in really well with the classic expansion week where you'll get Monday accumulation, Tuesday manipulation, and then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday expansion. It's just very typical of classic expansion week. Like if I go over here to weekly profiles, go up, classic expansion week. What do you see? Bullish classic expansion. It's literally what is happening, right? So in all honesty, we might end up hitting our target pretty fast, and then we might even go higher. We might even go like 8 projections for all I know. But I mean, maybe not. I don't know. It just kind of depends. These markets, when they expand, they expand. These markets expand, right? This is kind of what I'm thinking. So then it's usually, yeah, 1 hour or greater PD array. So there's probably a 1 hour PD array down there. So all right, I'm gonna screenshot this, put it in weekly profile. That's what I think. All right. Yeah, man, I've had a payout every month so far this year. That's insane. That is insane. Way to go, Cave. So proud of you, bro. Every day you're just making progress. Facts. Heck yeah. I'm gonna actually be right back. I'll be back in like 3 minutes, maybe 4 minutes. I have to use the bathroom. I'll be right back. Alright. Sorry, it took a little bit. Alright. Back to analyzing. Here we go. And I gotta make sure I'm close enough so I can have my computer plugged in. Okay. So, yeah, I think this is a possibility. It's also important to, you know, be aware of other possibilities, which are, I guess, I guess maybe this is a 6-hour gap here, a 4-hour gap, and that we reject this gap. But honestly, I don't know. I don't feel like that's gonna happen. I feel like it's just gonna continue. It's gonna be continuation play, and you should full port longs. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. It just seems like textbook for Monday to accumulate like this, for Tuesday to manipulate, and then for Wednesday, Thursday, Friday to expand. It's like, this is the type of thing that happens. This is exactly what happens. We could even, is this a 1-hour key level? I mean, you could definitely claim this as what, a 1-hour. Yeah, I don't know. There's lots of different things. 1-hour gap here, 1-hour BPR there. Nothing obvious to me, but yeah, I think we're gonna continue to the upside here. Yeah. Well, guys, I don't know. I kind of want to be done with my analysis right now. So I think I'm going to end the stream. I don't feel like streaming anymore, so.